We're getting ready to go over the top 5 most impactful transfers on defense. Some might surprise y'all. Make sure y'all comment below who y'all think are the top 5. But yeah, this is our top 5, so we're going to get into it. Stay tuned.
Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we bumped and prime. Well, hello, who's next? Are you capping, talking sauce, do your words match your video? Well, hello, who's next? Can't nobody stop us cause we bumped and prime.
Hello, who's next? Welcome back, everybody.
It
Yeah,
is
Buff
catchy,
and
man. I
Prime.
tell you.
It is. I was
It is
saying
catchy.
that look like what? Yeah, it's Buff and Prime. We back. Shout out to Patreon. You guys are seeing this first at Buff and Prime on Patreon. Get there. YouTube, appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Get y'all bust to Patreon. You'd have been seeing this video. But we back. What's up? This CT the Fan, T Cal. Who's next?
Man, so we're going to hit these top 5 most impactful defensive transfers. And I think they did really good on defense. Obviously, y'all know that I think we should have done more in the secondary, but defensive line, linebacker, man, I think we're in great shape. I think we're in great shape. But as y'all know, this is being seen first by Patreon. Appreciate y'all Patreon supporters. If y'all want to follow us on Patreon to get early access, exclusive access, you can go to Buffed and Prime on Patreon, follow the description in the link of this video, or on our YouTube channel. We have 3 tiers, and the tiers give you a lot of stuff, from ad-free videos, private live watch parties for the Colorado games, private live chats, private community chats. We have unedited all 22 film. You can request player breakdowns. We have our weekly betting shows for college, for NFL. We already have future bets, meaning the bets you can put in now for what you expect people to do in the NFL and college football this year. And we talk about why those are so important, because those are odds that if somebody starts balling, you'll never get those same odds, during the season.
That's facts.
And, man, we got fantasy football, the fantasy football breakdowns. We're breaking down NFL all 22 film, and we're breaking down our own official Buffed and Fantasy rankings. So, man, we got a ton of stuff. And as CT always says, that's the only tier that you can pay for itself from you winning some bets. So make sure y'all tune in to Patreon, because we give y'all the real. And man, we love engaging with people every day on there. It is an awesome community that we have on there. Also, this video is brought to you by Clear Growth Credit Solutions. It's a credit repair company with 100% money back guarantee, operating in the states below. Absolutely. And me working in real estate, I truly understand how important your credit is when it comes to buying houses. You can see some of my properties that I own back there, buying cars, deposits for utilities, everything. Credit is important. And the longer that you wait, and once you actually need your credit to be used for something, it's going to be too late, because you could have already started the process and been where you needed to be. So make sure y'all check out those links. It's in the description of this video, as well as our YouTube channel. And you can sign up for a free credit score analysis to see if you'd like to move forward.
Take advantage.
But all right, let's kick it off, man. We got our top 5 most impactful defensive transfers, and we struggled on defense. We were one of the worst defenses in the country last year. So there's no secret there. We definitely needed to improve our defense, and that's something that, I think we did. I don't think feel a little shaky in the secondary, depth wise, but yeah, we got a lot better for sure. And man, I know this is one of your favorite ones right here.
The block bully. Come on, Chidozie.
We got him at number 1. DT, you can go over his stats, and I'll talk about his pros and cons.
Well, we're going to talk about Chidozie, the block bully. Everybody watched Colorado games last year. It starts from the front. That defensive line needed an overhaul, and we got it. Chidozie started 32 games at Houston, man. In 2023, he had 25 tackles, 13 solo, 5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 9 tackles, 2 tackles for loss against West Virginia. 5'11", 290. His size is why he ranked so low. But if you see his film, you're going to be like, a dog is a dog, no matter the size. When you got it, you got it. So, man, I'm excited to have the block bully.
9 tackles versus West Virginia, who is in the Big 12, who is the same conference that Colorado is now in. So there's not really guessing when it comes in. We've already seen him dominate in the conference that we're playing in. So we know what we're getting out of him. Absolutely elite against double teams. Like the best I've seen on film in college football this year against double teams.
The block bully.
Fantastic against double teams. Really disruptive in the run game. Like he is an elite talent. Proven. He forces double teams. And that's something that we're going to talk about with somebody else on this list, is why that's so important, because you can't single block him, especially not in the run game. Now, his negatives or cons, health. I know he said he had an injury last year, I believe an ankle or something like that, and he's been dealing with the injury this spring. So just want to make sure he's healthy. And the other negative, I'd say it's his pass rushing. That's something that I would love to see him improve on. If he can match his pass rushing with how he is against the run, it's
first round.
Yeah. I don't think they'll put him there because of his size.
Right.
Even though I think he's an amazing talent. But it's funny because he's under 300 pounds, and you've been seeing all the comments we've been getting lately. Oh, they're too small. We've seen ain't nobody push him around.
Nope. Oh, not the block bully. Oh, no.
Ain't nobody.
Colorado got a bully on the block. Ain't nobody.
But he's under 300 pounds. So let these internet experts tell it he's too small. But yeah, he's our number one. Number two, he wasn't top 20 before last week.
Rain Bull, right?
And I don't even know if we have 20 transfers, but he was not nowhere near it. We turned that film on. Goodness gracious. CT talks with breakdown stats.
It's funny. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys a little quick story. D Cal sent me his film. He said, "Bro, I need you to cut up the film. I need you to break it down." I said, "D Cal, best man." I said, "Bro, I don't know about this guy, bro. You should do a film breakdown." I've been watching the film. D Cal said, "Send me what you got." He said, "Are you kidding?" I should show y'all the text message saying, "This dude is elite."
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
I was like, do you realize what you're sending me? But that's the thing, and that's perfect, because that's what separates us from other channels, and
right.
That's why people enjoy watching this, is you represent the fan perspective. If I were to upload a lot of these guys we talk about, if I just uploaded their all 22 film with no context, they would have a completely different perception. Right. And that's all my goal is. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to think or anything like that. I'm giving y'all context so you understand what's being done. So when you're watching football, you know why that's a good play or why that's a bad play. Because there's plays where he's not even near the ball, but he just completely did some elite stuff. Bro, probably my favorite play from him on part one was the stretch play against Iowa State, when he was the backside defensive tackle, and he looked like a 4-3 safety blitzing, like just elite speed, and didn't make the play, wasn't in on the tackle, but things like that you see and like, okay, that's what he wants.
Facts. Yeah. Patreon knows, because they got part 2 of his video, and part 2.
Part 2 was crazy than part 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And part 1 did 10,000 views.
Part 2
in like
is
12 hours.
Crazy.
And
part 2 he's an elite dog, bro. And I was just like, man, are you sure you want to break down this film? Cut this guy, bro. You can't. Nah.
Bro, I'm looking at these plays. I'm like, highlight.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, what? Are you sure you looking at the ones I just sent you? You're like, yeah. I was like, all right.
I think that was on part 2.
Oh yeah, it was part. No, yep, you're right. Part 2. I was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah.
Highlights, just absolute highlights. So yeah, no, we're excited about him. Did you already hit all of his stats?
Yeah. We said 4.5 sacks, 12.5 tackles for loss. Dude has an elite motor. He's always at the ball, but I think one of my favorite things about him, a defensive tackle playing the quarterback spy. That's for people that seen part 2. Patreon know what I'm talking about. At 6'3", 280.
I've never seen it before.
Look at the height. Look at the weight. At defensive tackle playing quarterback spot. All the Patreon people know what we're talking about. Elite.
Be out there striking.
Just crazy.
Yeah, just amazing. So yeah, if y'all want to see that, it might be live on YouTube before we get this out. But if y'all want to see it, In the other exclusive film we have and early access to everything ad-free, you got to follow us on Patreon.
Gotta get there. You gotta get there.
And yeah, quick first step, really good disengaging blocks. Like really good disengaging blocks.
Yeah.
Super disruptive in the run game. I missed the other part. Crazy in the pass game. His pass rushing ability as a defensive tackle is just
he had that offensive line keeping his head up.
Well, yeah, he had all of them. Like his pass rushing ability is some of the most elite I've ever seen from a defensive tackle. Like he's a defensive tackle who I believe can play every single position.
He goes up and down the line.
Yeah,
you see that part
line.
2 of the breakdown. He moves down that line and he's a
but
D in.
At the same time, you see him as a D tackle. Like he's not an edge rusher that they just put at defensive tackle. No, he dominates at defensive tackle too.
Facts,
like it's not
facts.
just
no, yeah,
he's elite at both. Negatives, weight. This isn't all of these stuff aren't our negatives. This is what people are saying negatives. So we play devil's advocate with this. I'm not worried about his weight at all. Not the slightest. And I put it on part 2, and I showed the actual proof of it. Aaron Donald played his last Super Bowl at 250 pounds, arguably the greatest defensive tackle of all time. 250 pounds. And everyone's like, no, they got to be 300 pounds. Well, Aaron Donald was 50 pounds less than what people are saying the standard is. And if y'all watch boxing, y'all know how much of a difference 7 pounds is.
Yeah.
Or 5 pounds. So now imagine 50 pounds difference and the reason he's able to get away with that, speaking of Aaron Donald, is because of his explosiveness and his strength. So now you got to look at it. So for Rand Buell, do I want him at 300 pounds where he's not as fast, not as explosive, but I feel better because he's 300 pounds? Or do I want him at 280 where I'm seeing him run past people? I'm seeing him be explosive, use his leverage and dominate.
Him chase down quarterbacks.
Face down. And I can't even, if y'all haven't seen it, I can't explain it to it. Like, I know y'all probably imagine him like a quarterback, like cutting back or him
like a Peyton Manning.
Not even that, like catching a quarterback that had just stopped his feet or something. No, I'm talking about a quarterback in a full sprint, him being further back than the quarterback, full sprint, tracking him down. Like just crazy.
This dude athletic. It's nuts.
And yeah, the other thing is on some of the double teams, we saw him get pushed off. Not all of them.
Triple teams.
On a lot of he was dealing with everything. So yeah, he's number 2. He's number 2. Number 3, Preston Hodge. And the reason Chidozie and Rayan, on top of just their skill set, that they're top 2 is because of how much help we needed at D-line last year. And they're coming in to fix that. So yeah.
Start with the trenches.
We got Preston Hodge, who I absolutely love. CT breakdown.
Look, Preston Hodge, he played 13 games in 2023. He had 48 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 10 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble. He had graded at a top 10 football focus pass coverage grade in the top 10. And man, 5'11", 195.
I think he was number 1.
Under 6 feet.
Yeah, I think he was number 1 transfer for sure. Yeah, 5'11", 195. I know on Colorado's website it says 6 foot. Go to Liberty's website, 5'11", and don't know why I'm saying that. Dog,
elite,
absolute dog.
Inside, he could play that nickel. He could play that outside. Footwork,
everything.
Just watch the Preston Hodge video breakdown. That's what's cool.
We might need to do a part 2 on that too.
Ooh, I'm with it, man.
Every player that we have, they all have breakdowns, and if I remember to do it, I'll put the link for everybody. So when we first start talking about them, you'll see their breakdown pop up. So you'll be able to watch the breakdowns, or I'll just put the link in the description. So yeah, remind me to do that, please. But yeah, he's a lockdown corner. Great footwork. He's elite. I think he's at his best at nickel. And I put here, always in good position. What I mean by that is at the finish of the play, he's always at the right leverage in the right position, always in the right spot. That is rare to get from cornerbacks, but something that's important, and that's where the distinction of him being elite comes from, is he's always in the right position. Negatives. I think we saw him get scored on a jump ball in a game. I saw him get some, I think Amarion Miller caught a jump ball on him this spring. Honestly, we're trying to reach for as much as we can with the negatives. So that is one thing I'll say is playing jump balls or the go balls as far as timing his jump. Another thing is at times in press coverage, he presses with the wrong hand, so he shoots the wrong arm. The problem with that is it locks your hips up. I've never seen him. I don't think. Trying to think through his breakdown. I don't think I saw him get beat at the line once. No. So even though he does have that tendency that he does sometimes, he's great. And again, I'm grading, especially the elite players, I'm gonna have more negatives than anyone else because I want to see the most. The other thing is his press stance. I talked about it on his breakdown, how his feet are too narrow, and then he goes wide. And I said, hey, just start wide. 2 days later, Coach Prime in practice told him the exact same thing. So yeah, that's it for Preston Hodge. But I think I know he's one of the best corners in college football. So really excited for him. Number 4,
Big
Sam
dog.
Okunlola. Man,
Sam Okunlola out of Pitt. He played 11 games, not a full-time starter. So look, 18 total tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 5 sacks is not a full-time starter. 1 forced fumble, 1 forced fumble recovery, 6'4", 245. Dude got elite bull rush. Like Sam is different.
Yeah, he's a lankier guy, ideal size for edge rusher. This is what you want your edge rusher to look like. The bull rush that CT's talking about technically is called speed to power. That's how he bull rushes, which is a great technique, and it's because he's really, really fast. And because they're scared of his speed, you get linemen in more of a backed up situation. So he can go from looking like he's going to try to come around the edge to just coming right through your chest. We saw him just handle the Florida State linemen like ragdolls.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
He has great technique, speed, and power rusher, sets edge really well. That means being on the outside of the defense, having contained, making sure no one gets outside of you. Really, really important. You cannot be a good defense if you cannot contain the football. It's impossible. And then the negative that we saw, we only had a few games, but just that he didn't start full time. Like he's polished. He's polished.
Yes. And ready to go.
Absolutely. He's going to get to the quarterback.
Yes.
Number 5. We could have this could have been anywhere, but the linebackers as a whole. Can't choose one, but I think they knocked it out of the park with the linebackers.
I think this is the right spot for the linebackers. And the only reason I say this because it wasn't after you did the film breakdown of Trevor Woods and Bentley, and I realized, damn, they wasn't as bad as I thought they were. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a lot of like, hey, they
other moving pieces and
So then I was okay, but what I'm saying, linebackers definitely got. I definitely think. Look, Jalen Wester, he had 55 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss. Nakai Hill-Green, 73 total tackles, 9 tackles for loss. And John the Chainsaw, look, 73 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss. These guys, the energy, to put them with Bentley and what it goes back to what you said. You put them names in the bag. I'm okay with anybody you pulling out.
Me too. Put them in a bag, put a blindfold on, pick out 2. I'm good. And it's a great feeling to feel that about a position, especially with 6.
Yeah.
I feel like we can go 60, but that's a great
crazy.
position to be in. Out of these guys, experience. All these guys played, as you see from them stats, all had at least 50 tackles. I think Jalen Wester was hurt part of last year, but they all made plays in all at least 7.5 TFLs. Like they were all making plays.
In the backfield, that's crazy.
Proven talent. These guys are athletic, and some people might be watching. Oh, of course, they're football players. No, there's a lot of all football players are athletic to normal people. But when you talk football, there's a lot of football players that aren't athletic to football players.
Right.
A lot of guys that are just big for no reason. But these guys are have elite athleticism. We've seen them all chase down running backs and quarterbacks from behind. Jalen Wester's undersized compared to the other 2. We couldn't tell on film at all. And making plays.
He understands that pull. When them linemen pull,
see pull, get ball.
Yep.
See, and all 3 of these guys are really good at that. We watch them all, how patient they are. And I talk about it all the time, playing fast. Playing fast does not mean running fast. I talk about it with corners too. Yeah. When I see them do backpedal drills, you don't want to look fast. You want to be smooth. And that's what playing fast is being patient. So like when the pulls are coming over, you don't want to just run full speed over there and hope for the best. No, you see them slowly scraping over the top, being patient. Then when they see the ball, take off. And all three of them are really good at that. Negatives, all going into a new scheme. So we got a new scheme, new team. So they're going to have to see how they fit and if their skill sets are going to be used properly there. Question on pass coverage. We talked about Nakai Hill-Green. I showed clips of what I think he needs to work on in pass coverage. We had a couple clips of Johnny Chaney, which looked really good in pass coverage. I don't think we saw really any clips of Jalen Wester in pass coverage. I'm working on getting more film from him. But yeah, that's the only question that I have because all three of these guys dominate the run game.
Dominate. And that's great because we're going into Big 12. And what they like to do in Big 12, they like to run.
Because they don't have a choice. And yeah, like Oklahoma State, even though they got the top running back, Oklahoma State was pass heavy. If you look at the teams, like there's a lot of pass heavy teams in the Big 12, but then you got the more run heavy teams. West Virginia, Kansas. I mean, when I tell you these teams, you're like, oh, they don't have a quarterback. Texas Tech, like it's for a reason. UCF. So yeah, definitely gonna be facing some run heavy teams, and I think we got the recipe for disaster with them, and not just with them, but with the D line, like we always talk about, making sure those trenches are handled and those big guys up front. So I love these guys. Make sure y'all comment below y'all list who y'all think are the top transfers. You know, we're always love to see who you guys suggest, but please don't suggest stuff off highlight tapes or just stats. Please provide reasonings.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, why you think this person, right? Yeah, don't be just say, drop the stats to show us.
No, don't drop the stats because stats can lie.
Tell me what, especially with defensive linemen.
Yeah, tell me what you've seen that makes you, because I can respect that. But if you just say, "Oh, PFF said," lost my attention. But hey. As always, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want more early access, bonus access, the private chats, the private lives, all of that, make sure you follow us on Patreon. We are less than 100 subscribers from making CT quit. Here's the hashtag, make CT quit. So we are doing great things over there. Really having a ton of fun on Patreon, man. Patreon is really fun.
Yeah.
Love talking.
Get over to Patreon. Y'all go watch me struggle play this college football game, but it's gonna be a struggle.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome because we have over 200 subscribers in there, so it's been really fun. As a reminder, this video is brought to you by Clear Growth Credit Solutions, where we repair credit, 100% money back guarantee. In any of the states below, you are eligible. You can follow the link in the description of this. You can go to cleargrowthcreditsolutions.com. You can go on our YouTube channel and go there. And if you're in any of those states, you can sign up for a free credit analysis before any credit repair starts. And trust in TCal and you'll be all right.
It's better to know than not know.
Absolutely. So yeah, man, that's where we're at. We appreciate y'all. We are knocking these out. We got more film on the way, more great things for y'all, more content. And we're turning up. So CT, what you got to tell me?
Okay to evolve. Drop our theme music.
Who's next? Do your words match your video? Yeah, and for my boy TKL, CT the fan. Yeah, we on that buff train, man. Yeah, them boys, they put it down. I watch them every day. Hey, they gonna put you on a pillow, or they gonna put you down there where you belong. They ain't gonna care for you. Nah, they ain't gonna care for you. Yeah, they gonna love